Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, you guys know the drill. If you guys please smash that like button, I'd really appreciate it, because to leave a comment down below, I don't care what it is, it super helps the channel out. Now it's Friday afternoon, we're about to shut the shop down, but I wanted to give you guys a quick little update, plus reveal our newest project. I'm sure you guys can already tell by the thumbnail what it is. It doesn't look like much now, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. But first of all, it's gonna be a long weekend, so I hope all you guys have a great long Memorial Day weekend. But just wanted to give you guys another little update of what's inside the shop. And to be honest, it's not much. It's Friday, it's delivery day. Things are gone, they're done, they're out of the shop. And what do you know? Right here, the Nissan Xterra is gone. You can see we just have a couple parts sitting on the lift here, but ignore those. But the Nissan Xterra is done. It's out of here. We did new shocks, we did timing belt, water pump, we did spark plugs, cap, rotor, wires, we did NOx sensor, coolant temp sensor, the sending unit, we did a new fuel pump. And the problem was, and why it wouldn't start up, was actually the distributor. So the distributor shot, so we actually have a new one on the way. We did have a used one here that we were able to use to test it. So we used that, fired right up, ran like a top, didn't leak a drop of fluid, no oil. Of course, we serviced everything. But it came out absolutely awesome, super clean car. All we got to do is get it out for new tires. We're gonna mount and balance these tires. We're gonna get it out for an alignment, and as soon as that distributor comes here, we'll go ahead and pop it back in, and we'll go ahead and get it up for sale. I already have a couple good potential buyers, and we'll be on to the next one. I also just picked up an 04 Honda Accord, fully loaded V6, needs a transmission, so it's fully loaded. It's got navigation, heated seats, leather, sunroof, power, everything, stuff like that. So we're probably going to be looking for a transmission. I think I've already sourced one, so as soon as we get the Xterra listed up, we'll probably move on to that project as well. But super excited to have the vehicle out of the shop and out of the way. We got to get this place cleaned up. It's getting a little messy. You can see here too, this time of year in Washington, we got a lot of these cotton trees, and for about 2 weeks straight, this stuff just falls and it looks like it's snowing in summer. And anyways, if you have the doors open just for a little bit, this stuff will just blow in and keep coming in. You can see it here in my mess of hoses. Just makes a mess, but honestly, it's not too bad. You just got to blow it all out. But it's not really any point blowing it out until it's pretty much done. So we got about 2 weeks left of that. We'll go ahead and blow it out and get the shop cleaned up. So right now I'm gonna jump inside the spray booth and give you guys an update of our 2017 Toyota Highlander. Now Sean's been working really hard on this. This is the one that was rear-ended, and we had to put it on our new frame rack. And Sean did a killer job. We have a new rear hatch from Toyota. We had to replace our rear body panel, as well as the rear body extension right here. That is all new. We were able to salvage the trunk floor. Once we got the rear body panel out, this was all curled up. Now the frame machine actually grabbed, we clamped onto this and we pulled, and at the same time that spread out our quarter panels. And of course we had to use the new rear hatch to, you know, install and line up and make sure that all our gaps are correct. It took a couple tries on the frame machine to get it right, but Sean did an awesome job. We used that and a little bit of port to power action, which is why we actually have it set up for cut in right now all the way up here. Now you can see here, he's already come in, he's already prepped everything. We're gonna kind of blow in the paint a little bit here, just like they did in the factory, kind of let it kind of fade in. We did some seam sealing, and he's got these panels just welded in super nice. We try to replicate the factory seam sealer. Now you can see here our plug welds. Obviously they're not ground down. They say not to grind them down because it can actually reduce the strength of that weld. But you can see here, he did some brush strokes in the seam sealer. Trying to replicate kind of what was their factory, but you can see here it's got just a couple trim pieces just kind of taped off. Well, we are going to go ahead and cut in this entire rear panel just like it was stock. Once it's unmasked, we'll do a little brushable seam sealer underneath, and we'll blow in some paint under there as well. And we can see here we have the new rear hatch. It does not come seam sealed out of the box, so we do have to apply a little bit of seam sealer just like it was factory. And that is the goal, guys. When something's getting repaired, our main goal is to make it just like factory, if not better. But at the end of the day, if when in doubt, you always go with what the machine, with what the factory did. So whatever it came, however it came from the manufacturer, is what we try to replicate, and that's what we're doing here. So you can see here, we actually have the entire jam prepped out. So once this is all cut in and prepped and painted, we'll go ahead and install this rear door, the seal. We could already go ahead and put a lot of our interior back together, and we'll go ahead and get both quarter panels set up for blend, since there was a couple repairs. We'll prep the face of our new rear hatch, and we'll go ahead and get it installed. And we also have a rear bumper cover as well that's going to get painted. So we'll get all that prepped and ready for paint. So probably about mid next week, we'll have this thing ready for paint, and we'll go ahead and start doing our final assembly. It is going to come down to the nitty gritty and just every little piece of plastic. The biggest thing about this job was that everything got broken on the inside. This is a $15,000 repair. It literally, when it got rear-ended, not only did it damage the outside of the vehicle, but it literally took out every piece of plastic on the inside. So I mean, both quarter panel pieces, the spare tire, tool holder, I mean, you name it, everything got destroyed. Every piece of plastic that went on the back here, rear wiper motor, emblems, everything got toast. So rear glass, we have a lot of parts piled up, ready to go on this thing. We have pretty much everything. I do believe there might be a couple more pieces we're gonna figure out here once this thing's going back together, that we will end up needing to get this thing complete to go out the door. We have pretty much everything to get it pretty much back together. So it'd be super relieving to have this job kind of put back together and get it back to our customer so we can get on the road to our next one. But just wanted to give you guys a good little update there. We're just gonna go ahead and cut that in next week. I've already checked out mentally for the week, for this long weekend. And I really wanted to show you guys our next project. So last year we built the Jetta. If you guys are interested in seeing that, we built the Fast and Furious Jetta from the first original Universal film, The Fast and the Furious. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and go to our playlist, and you can see there that we have a whole build playlist. I think it's about anywhere from like 17 to 20 videos or so of every video we did along the way from the Jetta build. So we did a full-on exterior replica plus mechanical restoration of the Jetta, and we are not done there. We are going to continue to do the interior, including the Sparco seats, steering wheel, roll cage, stuff like that. So we're not done there, but we are done until after the show season. So we do have it already entered for a couple shows, and we're going to show it off, bring it to some meets, get some content with it for you guys. And so we are getting ready to build our next build for the 2024 season. And drum roll please, and what I got for you guys here is a beautiful 1995 Honda Civic. And this is a two-door coupe. It's an EX model with the sunroof. Came with a steel cam m-tek engine, front disc brakes, power options, all the good stuff. Now you can see here, this thing is pretty tatered. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you guys know that we are big Honda fans. We have quite a few of them. We've done many builds. I actually know these cars inside and out. I've owned a coupe myself since 2004, and I know these cars inside and out. And so yeah, this is our next build, guys. I know she doesn't look like much, but we have quite a bit in store for it. We've done lots of restorations on these older Hondas, and they are getting harder and harder to come by. And believe it or not, this was a pretty complete car when I first got it. It was a little bit rough, still savable, but just not quite clean enough that I wanted to save it. But this was a parts car to complete our turbocharged right-hand drive nitrous Civic coupe. So I did have to rob quite a few parts off of it to get our car done. So it kind of left us with a rolling shell. All right, the plan is, guys, we're gonna be turning this into a supercar. We wanna turn it into an exotic car. That's right, this Honda Civic. We're gonna be turning this into an exotic car, or what appears to look like an exotic car. Now, we aren't exactly replicating an exotic car. Exactly, and by exotic car, I mean Lamborghini, Huracan, Aventador, Ferrari, anything along those lines. The plan is that we wanted to use a Honda chassis because parts are just ready available. We can get cheap parts, lots of manufacturers, lots of aftermarket support as far as suspension, coilovers, stuff like that, powertrain. So we left this complete car intact as far as the engine harness and wiring harness on the body. We are going to be removing the dash. You can see here our interior is taken out. Now what we plan to do is cut off this entire body. We're going to leave our floor pan. We're going to pull the dash out. We do not need that. We're going to take off all the body panels. It'll have no fenders, no bumpers, no headlights, no taillights, no hood, no doors. We are going to utilize our engine compartment, so we have everything kind of intact. We do plan on, at the moment, probably doing a K-Series turbo build on this. We are going to do a K24 turbo. It will be front wheel drive. So we're going to be cutting off the entire body. We want to get a very low stance. We want to get our wheels big, probably run 19s. We're going to get them out. We're going to get some spacers. We're going to get the right offset. We're going to get these wheels out, and we're going to build around our wheels. Now, our goal right now is to get the effect of a Lamborghini Huracan. Now, if you guys haven't seen Lamborghini Huracan, go to Google, type it in. That is what we're going to do. Now, of course, we're not going to perfectly try to replicate the car. We're not building a Lamborghini. We're using it for inspiration. So we're going to be using similar body lines. It's going to be pretty much a 75% exo car, and the other 25% we are going to sheet it. We do want our own doors to go up. We want Lamborghini doors. We want 3 or 4 iconic details from the Lamborghini Huracan on the front, as far as like the lights and the way the bumper looks. And we will be sheeting some of it, and that will get an exotic color, of course. As far as the side, same things. We'll take about 3 or 4 details, and we will replicate some details on the side to make a Lamborghini Huracan, and same thing with the rear of the car. We'll get the exhaust coming out high in the center, and we'll obviously be running like a fuel cell. It is going to be a spider, so we do not need a roof. We will be cut. Our roof line is going to be a lot more sleek. Our car is going to be low. We got to get our seats down low. We got to get our car wide. We are building an exo car that is sheeted slightly enough so it doesn't just look like a big go-kart. Now, I love the exo car builds, but a lot of them just tend to look like a little bit of a go-kart to me. So we are going to be taking the exo car to another level. So we do plan on taking a few pieces of steel, and we'll probably riv nut in our structure, and we'll make some panels, enough to give it just a little bit of body so it doesn't just look like I said, a go-kart. So that is the plan with this, guys. Our plan is to have fun, do something different. Everybody loved the Jetta. Of course, replica builds have been done before, but it really helped us, helped this channel, helped our Instagram, and it hasn't even been summer. We haven't barely got any content from it. We already almost have 1 million views on our Instagram reel, and we got about 14,000 follows just from one post of our Jetta. So doing something a little bit different is going to be great for our little shop and the guys that we have here. So this is our next build, and that's what we plan on doing. We don't really have a goal date of it completion, but we would like to see it ready for the next 2024 show car season. And that's the plan, guys. We're gonna make a nice, fun driver. We wanted to use a Honda platform because it's easy to come by as far as power plant swaps, all that stuff. We don't want to do a complete custom build here, but we are gonna be doing a tubed chassis for the most part, as far as the exo car, and then we're gonna take and sheet some of that for some details. K-Series turbo. We'll probably get rid of our Civic dash. We're gonna take our cowl down just a little bit because we don't need wipers. We don't need from that. We are wanting some like half doors that do go up. We'll it'll be 2-seater. We'll have a couple racing seats in place, stuff like that. We'll have our basics. We'll probably put a radio in it. But as far as like being out in the rain, it's nothing that we're gonna be out in the rain. But yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments. Bad idea, good idea, I don't care. This is what we're gonna do. Is it gonna look cheesy? I don't know. Is it gonna be stupid? I don't know. Does everybody have to love it? No. We're gonna have fun building it, and that's all that matters. So we're super pumped, at least I'm super pumped, to get started on something completely different that we've never done and people around here have never done. And honestly, you can find some of it on the internet, but compared to other builds, you don't find nearly as much information, or other builders doing exo cars. We could have took a 57 Chevy and built it, and it's been done 1 million times. We could have restored this to stock. It's been done 1 million times. We could have done a JDM clean Civic build. It's been done 1 million times. We wanted to do something completely different, guys, and we are excited to take this old clapped out Honda Civic and turn it into an exotic. The goal here is that when this thing pulls into a car show, into a car meet, people turn their heads and think that a $250,000 to $300,000, $400,000 car is pulling in. So if this car does not look like an exotic by the time we are done, if this thing does not go down the other side of the freeway and look like an exotic coming down the road from 200 feet away, then we failed. So our goal here is to make this an exotic car. So we are gonna have fun doing it. Budget, I don't know, could be whatever it takes to finish the job. So whatever it takes to get this thing I was talking with Mikey, and Mikey thinks it's a great idea that we figure out our wheel and tire fitment. That way we can figure out what we got to do to build around that to get our width, because exotic cars are low, exotic cars are wide, and exotic cars have big wheels. So we do want to replicate that, and I believe a Lamborghini Huracan is definitely our most biggest reference as far as what we're going to be doing, but we might take some other details from other supercars like Ferrari, the Aventadors, stuff like that, and McLaren, any little details like that. We just want to keep it supercar themed for sure. We do not want this thing looking like a Honda anymore, and we definitely don't want it to look like a go-kart. So let me know what you guys think. What would you guys do if you guys were doing this build? What would you guys do if you had this car? Obviously you guys can see that this car has been gutted. It's been a donor car, and believe it or not, this one car has fixed about 3 to 4 other Honda Civics. And so this car was a organ donor to save 3 to 4 other Honda Civic Coupes. So I do believe that it's done its job, and it will live on. 20 years from now, we might be super mad that we chopped up an EG Civic Coupe, but you know what? We're gonna have fun doing it, or do something custom, and this is gonna be a complete custom fun build. So we are gonna be printing off some photos of Lamborghinis, Huracans, Aventadors, McLarens, Ferraris, and get the details real lined up. And we're gonna pick up a Sawzall, mine broke, and we're gonna be cutting off this body next. So first things first, I need to make sure the taillight harness is out of the way, door harnesses are out of the way, because we want to save all the wiring and plugs that we can, so we have options. We don't want to cut any of that stuff. I want to be able to be a plug and play deal. So we're going to get the harness out of the way so it's safe and sound. We're going to get the body panels out of the way. We're going to remove the doors, the trunk. We're going to remove the fenders, the bumper, the lights, the hood, the tail lights, and we're going to go ahead and start making our cut lines. And we're going to go ahead and cut the entire quarter panel up over to the trunk floor, out of the way. We're gonna cut our A-pillar off. We're gonna get that out of the way and lift this entire body off the car. So we will pretty much have a rolling floor pan and engine bay. Then probably, hopefully by the next time you guys see it. So anyways, tell me what you guys think of the plan. Bad, good, I don't know. But I'm gonna have fun doing it, and I hope you guys enjoy watching it. I hope my guys enjoy helping build the project, and I think this is gonna be another one that puts us on the map. So like this video, leave a comment down below. If you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. I want you guys to all have a good weekend, and we'll see you on the next one.
Ooh, like LeBron, or like Bonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me. I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do.